through this game. So our San Antonio Spurs murdered the Clippers. I mean, it wasn't even close. No part of this game felt close whatsoever. They handled business all the way through. Defense was great all the way through. Offense was great all the way through. It was kind of ridiculous. Um, and this was beyond the typical beat the team that you're supposed to beat, right? The Clippers currently, or before playing us, were 19 and 13. Not the best in the world, but what did that make them? Fifth? They fifth in the NBA right now. You see, NBA standings, fifth in the West, sixth in the West. Okay, yeah, where they? I think they were fifth. I think. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Anyways, it was absolutely impressive. So this wasn't even a situation of beat the team you're supposed to beat, right? This wasn't going against the Trailblazers and beating them by 40 or the Jazz or Pelicans and beating them by 40. This was a team that currently is in the playoffs. Um, and let's see. I don't know if they were on any type of streak, were they? No, no, not really. They're a 3-game winning streak. Um, But this was ridiculous. I mean, they just absolutely annihilated them. And this might have been the Clippers' lowest scoring game this season. They scored 144 December 16th. Let's see. Oh no, no, no. The Timberwolves also did a great job on them. So we had them only score 86, and then against the Timberwolves they scored 80. So but one of their lowest performing games this season by far. So the Spurs did a great job on in all facets of the game here. And one thing that I saw, and I don't know if we even should go through every single player, because honestly, guys, everyone did great. I think everyone did great. I end up missing, so people in the chat that were like so kind towards Sohan, I completely missed that he got hurt. I realized he wasn't in the game in the second half, and I just thought, oh, okay, well, Spurs giving some other guys some time, and we are already beating them by 100 points. Why not? But yeah, I did not know what was going on. So yeah, so apparently Jeremy Sohan, his dunk during the second quarter didn't look like anything was wrong. The chat seems to believe that he might have hyperextended it. It's probably not that bad, but we'll wait and see. Knowing the Spurs, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see him for at least a couple games. But we don't have any news on it thus far. So we didn't really get to see a lot of Sohan, but he did do a great job defensively, as he always does. Um, Everyone just did really well, man. But I think one of the differences, um, hold on, where's the, okay. Yeah, sorry, I was trying to, okay. Yeah, I was trying to make sure, yeah, everyone literally played, huh? So one of the biggest differences in this game that I think that was missing last game, and what's been missing actually a lot of these games, is the versatility of Wemby scoring. Right? He was hitting them everywhere. I mean, it was kind of crazy. There was no spot on the court that they could stop Wemby. He could get you in the paint. He can get you in mid range. He hit 1 3, but I'm actually happy that he didn't put up like 14 threes, right? I just feel like we're letting teams off easy. Now, sometimes Victor, I mean, he's shooting at a good percentage, a good clip from three. Like I think it's like 36% right now. Um, so I'm not going to say like he's a bad shooter. Obviously, Victor Wembanyama is a good shooter, but I do think that we're letting teams off easy when he just settles for threes, when he just jacks up threes sometimes. Let me see. Yep, 36%. So he's shooting 36%. He's definitely an improved shooter from three, but and even from free throw percentage. Overall, he's just improved. But yeah, you're letting him off easy. Don't just sit there and jack up threes. Get into the paint, put some pressure on them, force them to close in, and demoralize them a little bit. It hurts. It hurts your ego, man, when you literally can't stop somebody. If they're just settling for threes, you kind of feeling yourself a little bit. You're like, he's not going to hit all of them. And last game, I thought against the Timberwolves, they just out physicality. That's not a word. They were just more physical with us than we were with them, and they bullied Victor at times, right? But I like the fact that in this game he was shooting around the paint, he was shooting mid-range shots. It was good. It was good. His mid-range game is getting better. When I think about Victor, man, I think back on the exhibition game against the G League. I don't know if you guys remember that. You should go back and watch those highlights. And you could see just how destructive he is on that court. And he wasn't just jacking up threes. He can hit you in every aspect. Anything that you could think of, he was hitting you with it. It was nasty, and I think that that's where his strength really lies. If he can just attack a little bit more, don't let them off easy. That just really bothered me last game, where especially at the end, where he shot like four threes, or he attempted four threes in the last 4 minutes. No reason in doing that in a close game. You're letting them off easy. Um, But yeah, I don't think there's anybody I really need to focus in on. We got to see a really nice alley oop dunk by City Sissoko, so that was cool. Oh no no no! Actually, this is a big deal. Steph Castle got his minutes, right? I mean, we were destroying them so bad till I don't know if this is an indication that we're good now, or if Mitch Johnson's still going to kind of hold off a little bit. That last game, I know people were pretty upset that he had four or that he only played 8 minutes, which I completely got. And I said last live stream too that I wanted to see him just kind of learn from those mistakes. And I think as the game goes on, he just gets better. Um, but I also understood that, hey, you're trying to win a game right now, right? And you can't have five or four turnovers in 8 minutes. Like you're borderline unplayable at that point. So, we can't value, or at least the Spurs right now aren't necessarily valuing um, development over winning or trying to get to the playoffs, and that's fine. I think they kind of go hand in hand at a time, right? Even him not playing in that game, I think that builds character. I know that seems a little cliche, but I think it does. And the fact that the team as a whole, and as bad as we talk about Zach Collins, I do like the fact that Zach Collins said the other day that, hey, I don't care if I play or not. I just want to be able to contribute to the team. I think that overall it does build character amongst our players, and just because you played well last week doesn't necessarily mean that we can use you this week. And that's I don't know. I think that's good. I think that's a good thing. I'm totally cool with it. Castle is a way better main lineup option than Vassell. Yeah, we didn't talk about Vassell. Vassell, man, he's off, guys. When I said that I was worried, um, yeah, maybe those worries, man, are kind of still there. He did have three steals, so that's good. Um, yeah, in a game where you win by 40 or basically 40, and Devin Vassell didn't even give you 10 points, it's rough. Dev needs to hit the six-man role. Maybe. Everybody played tonight. We were able to the fourth quarter. Mitch just put everyone in. He was like, screw it. He sat our starters and just go ahead and finish that game off strong. We got to see some Mamu action, so that was cool. Vassell never got any better from last season. Not to be negative towards Devin. Let's see. All right, so it's only been all right. To be fair, it's about 6 minutes less than last season. I mean, I know that doesn't make up for this discrepancy. Not really, but still. His 3-point percentage did go up, shooting almost as much threes per game, and it did go up. Field goal percentage overall went down, I don't know. I don't think we have a big enough sample size. We're really going to have to. If the Spurs hold on to Devin and they don't trade him for a potential De'Aaron Fox pick, we need to come back to this um because this could improve. But yeah, it's been strange. It's been a little strange, man. Let's look at these last games here. So Minnesota, he went 8 for 14. Not bad. Any stretch of the imagination. Obviously 43% from three. He looked good. He looked good. But a big majority of these games, inconsistency has been Devin Vassell's middle name. You just never know what you're going to get out of him. He'll be fine. Yeah, I'm not panicking. I'm not panicking. In the worst case scenario, you keep Devin Vassell and like he's a phenomenal third to fourth option, right? Offensively. Like that's fine. It's just that he's not a second option, and that's what the Spurs are kind of banking on right now. We don't really have a choice. As far as scoring talent, he's the second best. Actually, his shooting talent, I think he's the best, honestly. The scoring talent, he's like the second best on the team. So it's, you have to lean on him. But if you were to keep him and you were able to get somebody that can, score at a more consistent level, some lottery pick, you'll be fine. You'll be totally fine. Dev in place for KJ as six man. Sure. Third or fourth? Yes, third or fourth. Yeah, third is being generous, honestly. But him as a fourth is crazy. Like that's crazy depth. Devin Vassell, I really do mean this. If you keep Devin Vassell, he will save certain um playoff series, or at least I won't say the whole series, but he'll definitely save some playoff games, right? Because there's going to be a time where Victor's off in the playoffs. It's going to happen, and someone else is off, and maybe a third player's off. They're not playing as well as they could, and Devin Vassell comes in off the bench and just like destroys you. Yeah, pay cut Dev. He already has a really good contract though. No fourth option makes 29 million though. Well, beg to differ. Look at this. The Celtics contracts look crazy over the next few years, man. I wouldn't say Derek White is a third option. I would say he's a fourth option, right? He's about to make 30 next season. 20 million max. Boston has that money though. Yeah, and they got a very established team too, where they feel comfortable doing this with their play. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. Um, but yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if anyone on our team takes any type of pay cut if they have to. I just don't. I just wouldn't be that shocked. Anyways, anyways, yeah. So everyone did great. I don't really have any thoughts on anything, right? Um, Spurs absolutely destroyed the Clippers. You guys want me to mention Keldon? I'm sure Keldon did fine. You know, I don't have to harp on his team defense. We all know, but he did fine. He did good. He's always the best in transition. I thought he did good. He did good. Everyone did good. This is nice. This was a really good win for our Spurs. So next game, is it at home or is it on the road? All right, it's at Denver. The Spurs really need away games, man. Their recent away games have not been the best. We went on a stretch in which we lost 3 away games and won one. We went 1-4 on the road. They desperately need to start learning how to win away. So, looking forward to this next game. You see, it's Friday night. I'll go live after the game. We'll have a good time. But yeah, my thoughts on that this game, it was perfect. If you guys say that this is your favorite game of the season, I get it. I understand it. Mine's is probably the overtime one, but this was definitely the most comfortable one. I don't have. It's like when we when you're winning by a certain amount, I'm not having as much fun unless I'm just at the game because it's like, cool, we won, I'm happy, and I'm checking out a little bit, right? But those where the Spurs grinding out and it's a good game going back and forth, and we go into overtime, we make that happen. Those make me happy. I love those. I like those edge of the seat games. Not too often though. Not too often. If we're in the playoffs, I'll be comfortable and have a good time with us blowing out every single team. But for now, I want to see some character built. Anyways, ending segment.